Hello, my name is Samantha Bladel, and I'm here with the Shield Shows You to show you how to make origami. This fold that we're going to do right now is going to be the paper crane, which is probably the most famous and also represents usually good luck and longevity in life. Now, start origami, you're going to need origami paper. Usually they're 6 by 6 inches, but you can pretty much do any size. It just matters that it is a perfect square. Now, it doesn't have to be colored. That doesn't really matter. I just colored fine so it'd show up better on camera. But what we're going to do is after you have your paper, you're going to flip it over. Now mine already has some creases and stuff from previous recordings. But what you're going to do is you're going to want several creases. You're going to want one diagonal crease this way, one diagonal crease this way, one vertical, and one horizontal, all going through the middle. So your folds are going to look like this, and then you unfold it, and then you fold like this, then you unfold it, then you fold like this, then you unfold it, then you fold like this, and you get the idea by now. Pause if you need to keep folding. I'll wait a second for you. Okay, it's been a second. So now you see we have these like 4 corners here, 4 little squares. It doesn't matter which one, just use any of them. I'll use this one for now. What you're going to do is you're going to have your thumbs on this and kind of your hands like this. And you're going to move your hands closer to your thumbs, all while holding the paper. And eventually, it'll get like this. So you're going to have kind of these 2 little triangles, and then a really weird bouncy thingy. Only technical terms here. But what you're going to do now is you're going to gently press on the bouncy thingy, for lack of a better term. And after you fold it, it should become a square. If you don't press down, if you press down at a weird angle, it will end up in a different shape. So try to press down directly from the top, and you should get a square like this. Now, with this square, there's going to be 2 sides. One side that's not open at all, one side that you can open and stuff. So you're going to want to have the side that's open facing you. So now, you see it has like kind of these 2 flaps right here? Well, you're going to take these 2, you're going to take this flap, and you're going to fold it to the crease that should be in the middle. It doesn't really show up on camera, but there should be a crease right here. And you want to fold the triangles to that. Then you're also just going to want to fold up here to make a crease. Now after that, you're going to open this. And this part's kind of tricky. So, as you're pushing it back with this finger, your goal is that you want to make a diamond with this. As you're pushing back with this finger, you're going to fold the bottom. Then, as you get to the top, you're often going to have scenarios like this, where it wants to fold inside. Just use your finger to pop them. And you can fold it while it's still kind of up, like this. Then fold this. And now you have a diagonal, or you have a diamond, not a diagonal, my bad. So we are going to do the same thing to this side, but however, since this was kind of a hard fold, I'm just going to re-show it really quick for anyone who may be struggling with this fold, as it is pretty hard. There's no shame in having to retry a fold 3 or 4 times until you get it. I can usually do something the first try, as I've had a lot of practice, but You know what they say, practice makes perfect. So now that we got this little diagonal, or diamond, we're going to turn this over, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to make this towards the middle line, crease this, then we're going to open it up, and fold it. There we go. That one did not want to cooperate as much. But yes, so now we have 2 diamonds. What are we going to do with them? Well, I'm going to call these the legs because they move. These parts, these don't move. So you're going to take the leg, and I'm going to push this one out of the way. You're going to take the leg, and you're going to have one finger open it up slightly like this. And then you're going to have your thumb push on the back right here. So while you're opening it up, you're going to have your thumb push on the back. And this will cause it to rise up. And as you're doing this, you fold it back into place like that, and you'll end up with a fold that was once down here, up here. This is called a reverse fold. It can be kind of hard to do, so I'm going to show it again. You have your finger in here, and your thumb back here, and your thumb's pushing into the space that your finger created. I like to press on the bottom right here to kind of control the angle a bit more, but that's just personal preference. Now we're going to do the same to this side. This one should be easier to show because there isn't a leg right there. So, bottom here, pushing, and voila! So, now I think most people can see where we're going with this now. You have to choose one side to become the beak. I normally choose the side I messed up on to become the beak, as it kind of hides any imperfections. And this one, it got wrinkled a bit, so you kind of do the same thing that you did for the legs, but much smaller, in that you push down here until it kind of creates a reverse fold. But now you got a beak. Now, the only thing left right now is you just fold down one wing, turn it around, and fold down the other, put them up, and now you have a paper crane. Now note, this is not the flapping bird. If you pull the tail, it won't flap, sadly. However, the flapping bird is really easy to make, and that'll be the next fold I'll show you. Alright, right now I'm going to show you how to do flapping bird. Now, it's actually incredibly similar to how you start the crane. Most origami folds that involve birds, or are depicting birds, actually start out with that diamond shape I showed you how to make in the last one. So, same kind of scenario where you have one crease down here, and you're going to want to make another diagonal crease, and one horizontal, one vertical. This one isn't pre-folded, so it's going to be a bit harder for me to fold. Yeah, same sort of deal here. It's actually, the changes are not the biggest, but it makes enough of a difference that you won't have the same flapping mechanic you would with a normal crane. So, fold down this, just like we did last time, to make the square. And now, make sure the open part faces you. Fold triangles onto the crease. fold this triangle towards you. Awful lot of triangles, huh? But open it up. I probably should have mentioned this last time, but I find that when I'm doing this, it helps to turn it sideways for me. So I always turn it sideways, and then press like this, and then press down here. The bottom ones are always easier to do than corner ones like that. Do the same to the other side. Origami is very, very, very symmetrical. So if you do something to one side, the chances are you're doing it to another side. Oh, whoops, I accidentally got a little tear. Don't worry, most of the time when you make a tear, it won't be that drastic. Sometimes you'll actually fold it into a little pocket, so you won't even be able to see the tear. Okay, so now we got our little diamond again with our little legs. So how is this different this time? Well, we're going to do the reverse fold, but it's going to be a bit different. I'm going to fold the part I intend to make the beak first, because it will be easier to fold, and it will allow me to show you what to do with the tail a bit better. Alright, so there's the beak. Now with the tail, what you're going to do is, you see how this one's like slightly at an angle, like it's not straight, but it's not very it's not very angled. You're going to want this one to be much more angled, and if you can, you want the angle to start you want the vertex of the angle to be here as much as you can. It's kind of hard to do, but the more you practice it, the better it is. The closer your thumb is placed, I find tends to help. So you want to have it be very angular, like this. They may look a bit symmetrical, but they're not. This one is more angled closer to the vertex, but I'll refold it to create more exaggerated, to make sense. Because of the way it is usually angled, sharper actually, it often tends to sit differently than paper crane. Alright, see, now this is a more exaggerated angle. Now this is going to be the tail. The wings are pretty normal, but there's a small change you need to do. So fold down this wing, turn it around, and fold down this ring. Now, wing, sorry, I think I said ring. Now what you're going to do is you're going to open it up. And you see, there's this area and this area, these little flaps. Well, you're actually going to like pop this one out, so like that. Just like insert your finger in it and pop it out. It shouldn't be too hard. And when looking at it from above, you can't really tell. Now, if you haven't already, and you forgot, like me, just make the beak really quick. No big deal. But now, what this angle and what this little pocket does actually, it allows you, when you pull on the tail, to have the bird flap. It's less restrictive, and it sits differently. If I could find the crane I did, I could show you. I can't find it. It disappeared into the void, I guess.